Here's a quick look at my newest field. This is, if you've been following my videos, my first fields that I planted, I had a spacing of 8 feet by 10 feet, which was about 450 trees per acre, somewhere around there. But I felt that it worked, but that it could benefit by a little bit more space, especially for myself, because with the 8 by 10 spacing, I cannot really get my tractor in between the rows. I can get my zero turn more, but that's about it. And I felt that it was eventually just getting too crowded out there. There was just too much shading out, and I wanted, because like for the keep variety, which is this one, all the trees that were on the outside of the field had better coloring on their fruit than the trees that were kind of in the middle. And so because of that, and I wanted more airflow and sunlight, I ended up widening out the rows to 20 feet, and the spacing of the trees are 10 feet. So for this trees, I have 10 by 20 spacing. And so I also wanted to see how fast I could get trees in the ground from seed. And so these first few rows were trees that were between 15 months and 18 months from seed, right? So started grafting at about 4 to 6 months, and then once I grafted onto it, I would try to leave it at least 6 months. And so for these trees, they were about, they might have had some that were as young as 12 months from seed, but they're mostly around 15 months. And I think that was too young. The trees struggled a little bit more to establish themselves. I lost a few more trees than I would this row right here, and the next row behind that. The trees were all about 24 to 30 months old, and I pretty much didn't lose any trees from those ones. It was really the younger trees that I struggled the most. But they're catching up, but they're still, size-wise a lot smaller than the trees that were already 2.5 years old before they went in the ground instead of 15 months. But overall, I'm pretty happy with the spacing. The trees are not producing yet, so I can't tell how the production will be or affected. This is more like 250 trees per acre, so almost cut in half the density, but still high density within the rows, just leaving me more space to work with. So I just wanted to give a little update on what I'm working on now. The ultra high density field with the 450 trees per acre, still going good. But this is the next phase. I think this will allow me to expand more because I'll be able to do more tractor work for sure. Alright, thanks for listening, and I'd love to hear you guys' comments and hear what you guys are doing in your mango orchard. Aloha.